Yo, what is up, you guys? It is GrubsSQ back here for some more Dokkan content for you guys. In this occasion, we're going to be finishing up this EZA that is currently up on Dokkan. The Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, the Int one. It got his EZA just recently, and I've been grinding this thing. I did complete all the missions, the 3 missions as you can see here, for speed, basically speed running the certain stages and certain levels. And then also using specific characters which you pretty much need to use in order to accomplish this EZA anyway, right? So, we're going in. I like to use either a friend transforming Vegeta, as you can see here there's a bunch of rainbow friends or guests here, or also the blue Goku, who is a sub-leader for the Bond of Master and Disciple category, which is the specific category that is very good for this event. So I'm just gonna grab this guy here, and this is the team that we have been rocking. I like using this Trunks better than the transforming Vegeta as the leader, because he gives a bit of a better buff to superclass allies. He gives a 120%, whereas unless they're pure Saiyans, this transforming Vegeta gives 100% superclass. And so that's why I had him specifically for the speed run. When the level is above, I believe, 20, you need to complete it under like a minute 50 about. And so in order to do that, for the higher attack stats, I was using this guy as leaders, but I might switch it up if the levels get a little too hard. I might just throw this guy out because he is at type disadvantage against the Vegeta, and if he supers at level 30, he might take some pretty decent damage from that. And I don't want to accomplish it as quickly as possible anymore, since I already got the mission done. My objective is just to win, right? So we're gonna hop in. We're gonna get this done for you guys to provide you with some more Dokkan content while we just chill, and also kind of show you guys how I do EZAs nowadays. For some of you guys that are also kind of newer to the game and don't necessarily have all the really top tier units. You're not whales like me, you're not whales, and you possibly don't have a lot of units that are really good for EZAs, just like me. You know, I'm missing a lot of units, a lot of key units. For the longest time, I didn't have Transforming Vegeta, which is a very key unit for a lot of these EZAs. He's on Realm of Gods, he's on Super Saiyan 2, he's on Siblings Bond, Bond of Master and Disciple, all these categories that all these EZAs have, right? You need specific categories for you to actually get the EZA done and not struggle with it. So the fact that I didn't have that many characters on many categories was very tough for me for the longest time. I was just struggling, especially for leaders. I had to really rely on my tech Trunks to be able to for me to be able to run him as leader, right? Because I didn't have any better leader at the time until I actually pulled him. So, and tech Trunks obviously is not on some categories that these EZAs need, right? For example, the last one I can think about was the STR cell. Was it STR cell? No, it was, what was it? I forgot which EZAs have come out recently, but basically the STR cell is definitely one of them. I had to run Tech Trunks on that team for STR Cell, and I didn't have that many units on the category that the EZA needed for you to complete, right? The specific category that gets the buff that you need. I'm gonna give that all to Trunks, even though it kind of hurts because, oh, never mind, there's a whole bunch of orbs here for you. That Goku gets more attack and defense per orb if you didn't know, and even more if it's physical key as well. I don't foresee any issues with this EZA, since our units, I'm very happy with this EZA because I actually do have quite a bit of units in the Bond of Master and Disciple category, and physical is one of my better typings, super physical specifically. So I don't foresee any issues here. But yeah, for the longest time, whenever I had the Tech Trunks around as leader, just for the buff, it's purely for the buff, because I didn't have a leader for that specific category for the EZA, I had to go in and just hope and pray that he wasn't getting even tapped by the boss, because he would be taking like 300k, 250k damage, because and God forbid he was at type disadvantage, he'd be taking like 400k. I basically get one shot, right? And so I had to just do run after run after run after run with that team, hoping that I would get good RNG and that Trunks was not going to get even touched, because that would be bad. That would mean I would just lose, right? And I would just have to do tens and tens, if not hundreds of just runs, hoping to beat the event with good RNG and just basically hiding Trunks the entire time. And dude, if I hadn't pulled, as I said in my earlier video, in my summoning for beers video, if I hadn't pulled that Tech Trunks, I would have been in a very tricky spot for these EZAs, because he's literally the only universal leader. It doesn't matter what team you want to run, as long as they're super class, he's going to be a very good leader for you. He's going to give the 120% stat buff to all your units, right? Which is what you want. So dude, that Tech Trunks really came in and saved my life pretty much. He saved me so many headaches, because I would not have been able to do anywhere near as many EZAs as I had been able to do. I haven't missed an EZA since probably, let's think back. I haven't missed an EZA since the last one that I did was probably Goku Jr. All the other EZAs I've done, like the events, I just need the units to actually be able to actually EZA them. I just need to pull the units, basically. So yeah, that pull was very important. And like I said, I did not understand the impact that it would have on my account, because dude, my goodness, as I said, so many headaches have been saved by this guy. He's basically my most important pull ever. We can talk about something random here, to make some conversation, right? We don't want this video to be very boring. I've been finding myself, as I commented on this on an earlier video, but I'm really into right now. I'm really into the My Hero Academia manga and the Dragon Ball Super manga. So if you're not caught up, I definitely recommend it. They're both very, very, very good anime and very good manga. I am all caught up. It's definitely worth the read. If you're behind, like I was behind before, and I decided to catch up to be able to talk about it with my friends. So it's worth a read. I read through, like, I don't know how many chapters, probably 10, 15 chapters, just like pretty much in one sitting. In the course of 2 days, I just caught up all the way. And my god, was it worth it. The events that are going on right now in both mangas are just, they're just so insane. It's just great if you're really into it, like I am for sure. Is it just me, or do some of you guys, I'm pretty sure some of you guys do this, but when you're really into a certain universe of a kind of like Dragon Ball universe, the Dragon Ball world, or the My Hero world, which is in the setting, you know, like for example in Dragon Ball, there's such a thing as aliens, Saiyans that come in and they're very strong, and there's people that train their bodies up to heights that seem impossible in the real world, right? And then in My Hero Academia, basically the whole concept is everybody has these quirks, these superpowers. You know, the majority of the population has superpowers, and the minority do not have superpowers. Do you guys ever find yourselves, like, if you're really in the anime, if you're really, really, really in the anime and you're like really enjoying it, I can't be the only one that finds himself kind of daydreaming, like, what would your life be like if you were in that specific world of anime, right? Like, say, imagining yourself in the Dragon Ball world, or imagining yourself in the My Hero world. Like, I can't be the only one, right? I love daydreaming because it's so great. It's like you can basically play a movie in your head anytime you want, right? Like, you can imagine anything. And there's a thing called lucid dreaming. By the way, if you guys haven't heard about it, it sounds very cool. It's basically where you dream, and you're able to be conscious about the fact that you're dreaming, and so therefore you're able to manipulate your dream in whatever way you want, right? And that sounds very, very dope. I haven't seen videos, but I've seen like ads of videos that basically claim to be able to teach you how to actually do that on command, lucid dream. And I've heard of some friends that have actually learned how to do this, and so, but I haven't really put much thought into it. And honestly, I'm kind of scared of learning how to do it, because it's, whenever you want to learn something new, especially if it messes with your head or with your body or any of that kind of stuff, when it sounds like it can have an impact. Like lucid dreaming, you're manipulating your dreams, right? Your brain is in a certain state when you're sleeping, and you know, brain waves and all that sciencey kind of stuff. And so that's kind of what holds me back from learning how to do this, because I'm scared. You know, everybody says that it's safe, right? Everybody's like, oh, it's safe, nothing's gonna happen to you, you know, you're gonna be totally fine, it's totally safe to do, it's just something fun that you can do while you sleep. And you know, I believe them, but at the same time, like, I don't really want to risk it, you know what I mean? I don't want to, like, with my kind of luck, I would end up being the first guy that hurts himself doing lucid dreaming, and I come out, you know, half-brained when I wake up, you know, like I'm all retarded and stuff. I'm actually genuinely scared of that, you know, because it kind of, I think about it as messing with your head, you know. I don't think you're supposed to be able to lucid dream, right? Like, if you have to really put an effort towards learning that, how to mess with your head, I don't think you're really, you know, naturally supposed to be able to do that. But anyway, I think that's kind of a cool concept, just kind of be able to manipulate. That would be next level. That's like VR, but natural, right? You don't have to wait until scientists find a way to make technology so that VR becomes like the next best thing, and they revolutionize it so it's like super realistic and everybody enjoys it and all this and that. You can just do it pretty much anytime you want if you know how to lucid dream. Anytime you go to sleep, just kind of lucid dream. But that would be pretty cool. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I can't be the only one that daydreams, right? Like, I like imagining myself, especially with I'm really big on fitness. If you guys saw my earlier videos, I made a video about body image and my experience with body image and how basically it defined the way I am now. So I'm pretty big on fitness. So the Dragon Ball world, I like to think about how hard I would train and how I would want to be basically the strongest human around, right? Because it's in the anime, Krillin's a human, right? Goku makes sense how strong he got because he's Saiyan. He's an alien, you know. He's basically like he is part of a warrior race that are born to fight and have basically the perfect genes to fight and just keep fighting and getting stronger. Like Zenkai boost every time they get super hurt, but they don't die. When they recover, they get stronger. So he's basically, his body is just the body of a warrior, pretty much, right? So I like, and Krillin, he's a human, right? So with Goku, it makes sense that he's that strong, but with Krillin, he's just a human, right? He's just there, and he trained himself up under Master Roshi to be that strong, you know? For a while in Dragon Ball, if you haven't watched OG Dragon Ball, for a while, Krillin was basically on par with Goku. He trained with him, and he was undergoing the same training. He was basically as fast, or, you know, matching Goku. Goku obviously had the edge most of the time, but Krillin was like right there with him, right? And so I like to think about how I would be training and how strong I could get in the Dragon Ball world, right? Seeking out Master Roshi in his little island and being like, yo, Master, train me, I'll prove myself, and you know, steal Krillin's little strategy where he rolls up, and then Master Roshi's like, oh no, I can't train you, I can't, I only take one pupil, I never take pupils, I just have one right now, so that's pretty much enough for me. And then Krillin kind of has his little stash of just, you know, certain adult magazines, and he's like, oh, Master Roshi, I have something for you, if you train me, I'll give you this and that. And so that's basically how he basically bribes his way into training with Master Roshi, which I thought was hilarious, actually. And so I just love to daydream about that kind of stuff. And also Krillin, if you think about it, he was really strong during the Cell Saga as well, because first form Cell, he was no wimp, right? He definitely was not anywhere near being as low level as some people may think during the Cell Saga, because Krillin's kind of like those lowly Z fighters, kind of like those fighters that you kind of brush off, because he's not a Saiyan, right? He's not like a main character or anything. So you don't really think of him when you think Dragon Ball. He's probably not the first character that comes to mind. But if you think about it, he went pretty much toe to toe with first form Cell, right? And first form Cell was not bad. He was pretty strong. He held his own for a little bit against Piccolo, who fused with Kami, right? And that Piccolo was a boss. He was very, very strong. And Cell was able to kind of hold him off a little bit and then give him the slip. And then Krillin went toe to toe with him, right? He didn't die immediately. He actually held his own. So Krillin with training, he got really strong. I do think Super kind of messed up with it a little bit, because it was kind of like they showed in Z. I've seen so many posts about this on Instagram and everywhere, where it's like in Z, it is implied that Krillin just gets washed by by Super Saiyan Goku, right? He has no chance, like he would get creamed. But in Super, he goes I'm not gonna say toe to toe, but he is doing fairly well against Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Given, of course, he's holding back, right? He's not giving him his whole power, because he would basically just erase him from existence immediately. But like, it's like he shouldn't even be able to come close to even sparring with Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Yet he is, right? It's a light spar, but still, he is. So, and I don't even know what the multiplier on his power level is on Super Saiyan Blue, but I know it's something ridiculous because I heard the numbers for the Super Saiyan transformation, that it multiplies his power by like a certain amount, and then Super Saiyan 2 multiplies it by another amount on top of that, and Super Saiyan 3 multiplies it even more. So Super Saiyan God is like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of times stronger than, you know, base form. And I don't know, but that's a little iffy. But the point is, you know, I love to daydream about that kind of stuff. And my hero as well, I like to think about, what if, this is just something that I've been daydreaming about quite a bit. What if I were to live in the Dragon Ball world, right? I train myself under Master Roshi, hypothetically speaking, right? I train myself under Master Roshi. I become as strong as basically Krillin in the Dragon Ball saga, which is very, very freaking strong. Like in the World Tournament, he's just clapping people left and right, left and right. He goes to the finals with Goku, or well, I forgot what rounds he's on, but one of the last rounds with Goku, right? He's doing his thing. He's not doing bad at all. What if I got to that level, right? And then I trained even further, and basically I got to Krillin's level at in the Cell Saga, where he's able to basically hold his own against First Form Cell. So I'm that strong, right? And then I compare. I think Dragon Ball, people in Dragon Ball, like the characters in Dragon Ball, are leagues above comparing the two animes, the My Hero Academia heroes, right? Because if you think about it, in Dragon Ball Z, basically, Saiyan Saga Vegeta, if you think about it, there's a scene where he basically blows up a planet effortlessly with his two fingers. He basically just shoots a little ray, and he just blows up a planet effortlessly, just with the tip of his fingers. That's ridiculous, right? And in the My Hero Academia, All Might, who is the top #1 hero, right? He's the strongest hero, #1 hero. With it going all out against All For One, because you have to think about it, right? In his fight, All Might versus All For One, All Might wasn't holding back. When Bakugo gets out of the arena, when he gets rescued by Deku. Okay, spoiler alert. Obviously, you know, if you are not at all caught up with My Hero anime or any of that, if you're like lagging behind, there might be some spoilers here. But if you're not caught up, that's kind of your fault, right? So whatever. Basically, Bakugo in the fight, All Might fights All For One, right? So it's 1 for all versus All For One. And Bakugo's in the way, so All Might's not able to unleash his full power against All For One and basically finish him off. So when Bakugo gets rescued by Deku and what's the other guy, Kirishima, right? They kind of fly in and they rescue him and fly off. Then All Might is able to unleash his full power against All For One, and they duke it out, full power, right? And so when they're fighting, of course there's like, you know, hits, and the earth might be shaking a little bit, but it's not like, it's nowhere near the scale of battles that are in Z, right? Where the entire earth is quaking when they're powering up, or where like if they were to aim like the Kamehameha or the Gallic gun at the earth, they would just obliterate it and blow it up. Like that's probably not gonna happen. Like if All Might channels all his power into a single punch, I don't think he's going to be able to punch through the earth, or, you know, put it in danger, right? And he can't make shockwaves or energy blasts that have the capacity to do that, right? So I think in those terms, the Dragon Ball universe, the heroes of Dragon Ball universe, the main characters, are leagues above the My Hero characters. So if I was basically a main character in Dragon Ball, if I was Krillin, and somehow I crossed dimensions into My Hero, the world of My Hero Academia, I would be basically like unmatched. Like, nobody would be able to touch me, right? Because Krillin, his speed, he can move at the speed where people cannot see him, right? When he's a kid, right? In the World Tournament, all the fighters that fight Goku and Krillin, Goku and Krillin are able to use like the after image techniques, and they're able to zoom at such speed that no one can see them. They're able to pull off these crazy stunts, right? And all the fighters in the World Tournament are like, what the heck? These guys are like from another world or something. They're crazy, right? And so if I were to do that, I would have so much fun, dude. Like if I was Krillin and I was in the My Hero world, dude, I would be having so much fun. I'd be the top hero effortlessly. I would just kind of roll up on the epic fights. Like say you roll up into the scene of All Might versus All For One, and then you kind of tell All Might, hey yo, step down. You know, I got this. I'm gonna beat this guy's booty for you. I'm gonna beat this guy's ass, right? I'm gonna set him straight for you. That would be so. It's just something that I just love to think about in my. Sometimes I like to daydream. When before like I go to sleep, just to kind of get me in that headspace where I'm kind of like you know, kind of chilling, kind of relaxing. I get my brain kind of tired, not tired, but more like what's the word? Maybe like zoning out, right? You get that feeling where it's just like, oh, like I'm just relaxing, I'm just like zoning out, having a good time, basically a natural high, right? You just feel really relaxed and really you're just having a good time. Actually, speaking of sleeping, I actually did find, I'm all over the place right now because I'm just talking while I do this EZA. As you can see, I'm having no issues with the EZA. I'm just kicking this guy's booty, dude. I'm just kicking Vegeta's ass here. With my units, dude, LR Physical Trunks, he's good. I'm really glad I pulled him in those step up banners early on during New Year's. He's really doing me very good deeds here. Level 29 now. This is not a bad one for sure. The EZA event for the AGL Rose, that was bad. That was one of those things where I forgot which unit I had on my squad, but there was one unit that I had that I absolutely did not want to get even touched by Rose, the Rose boss, because as soon as he got even like just slapped, like a wrist slap, if he just got tapped, he would lose so much health. It was insane. And I had so much trouble with that EZA. It was so hard for like no reason. I didn't have that many tech units either. If I hadn't had Tech Super Saiyan or Tech Transforming Trunks, Dragon Ball Super Trunks, again, I don't know if I would have been able to beat that. I don't think I would have been able to. I would have had to have the best RNG in the world. But as you can see, no issues. We're basically always at full health. We're not struggling at all here. What I want to do with that, I'm gonna take these yellow spheres and I'm gonna give that all to Gohan so he can just go ham. Give these to Kid Goku. Still waiting for 5-year anniversary. We're almost there, boys. If you're saving for the 5-year anniversary, you're definitely doing the right thing. Well, I would think, right? I'm saving for the 5-year anniversary, so I need all those Dokkan Fest. I need all those LRs. As I've said before, we're pulling everything. We are getting this box into a godly state. Mark my words. It's happening. And we might even get some crazy summons in. We might get some, I hope we get some double Gogeta summons, double Vegeta summons. I really need, super duper duper need to pull the LR Int Cell. Okay, so my box, my Extreme Int and Extreme Tech typings, I feel like Battlefield is a very good place to see how strong your box really is. Like if you do well in Battlefield, you have a very strong box, right? But if you get clapped by the Battlefield, whatchamacallit, bosses, you need some work for your box, right? So the typings, as you probably saw in my Battlefield video, my typings that I struggle the most with are definitely Extreme Int and Extreme Tech. So I really need the biggest boosts to my box that I could get is pulling the Dokkan Fest Int LR Cell from the 300 million download celebration. That LR Int Cell, and then from the 55 unit multis, I would love to pull the Extreme Tech Broly. He's very, very good, and he would be so great for my box. And I try to look up other units that I could potentially pull from the basically the GSSR pool, because there's a whole bunch of unfeatured SSRs you can pull every time you summon. In the 10th slot of every summon, you get a GSSR. Now I was kind of trying to see which other units I could pull potentially that are extreme int or extreme tech that would be very, very good for my box for Battlefield specifically. And there's literally like no other options. Like Tech Broly, the new Tech Raditz that came out Saiyan Day is really, really good for that. But there's, aside from that, there's like no units. I already have the Prime Battle Cell and the LR Goku Black, and I have Hit also as well. So there's not much more I can actually pull, which kind of disappointed me. I was hoping to see at least, I don't know, 2 or 3 more options that I could pull from the GSSR. And then what was the other typing? Extreme Int also. Well, Extreme Int actually has more options. I believe I saw some more in there. I forgot which ones I saw, but definitely LR Cell is definitely top priority to pull. And I think I have a pretty good chance. Obviously, in 1900, I'm up to 1900. After doing this EZA, I'm gonna be up to like 1900. I don't know, 40, 38, something like that. We're about to find out right now because I am about to give Vegeta his last turn here. As soon as I do this, dude, dupes for my Tech Trunks are gonna be so nice. He's already at 1.4. Hopefully, I can pull some dupes of him. Look at this, dude. He's still tanking double digits. In the Rose EZA, that was not the case. I think he was tanking for like 5,000, which is obviously not a lot, right? 5,000 is like nothing. But at the same time, that's considerably more than double digits, right? That's like 5,000 times more damage, right? So if he gets supered, he's gonna be taking like, I don't know, like 70,000-ish, 60,000. That was insane. I don't know why they did that. Like, for players like me, it's like you're just screwing us over, man. For weak boxes, it's just hell. I just had to do that so many times, dude. It was so bad, like hundreds of times, just over and over and over again. All right, so there we have it. Level 30 clear bonus. That was not bad at all. So if you have the right units, I wish I had that physical blue Goku rainbow. I have the Tech Trunks, which I just pulled. in the Beerus banner, which was very, very good pull. But that's pretty much it. I got all the missions done. Let's see how my friends are looking. I'm number 4 in my friends. Yeah, look at that. Look at the number 1 guy. That guy's grinding that out. So yeah, as I said, EZA events are really good for Zenny. So if you need a Zenny, just grind these out. Get up to level 45, 50, 60, whatever you can. I'm definitely gonna do that because the more Zenny, the merrier, right? You can never have too much Zenny. Okay, guys. So that was the video. Just pretty much chilling here. Basically kicking Vegeta's ass here for you guys, clapping his cheeks, getting this EZA done. He's very, very good, by the way. His EZA is not bad at all. Let me see if it's right here. Yeah, it's right here. He basically applies some debuffs. He has a support ability. He's very good, and I did pull him in the Super Saiyan 3 and Majin Vegeta banners. I did pull, was it on that? Yeah, I think it was. I pulled him, so I'm pretty happy with that. He's going to be very good, very crucial for Super Battle Road, Realm of Gods category specifically, and maybe Super Int, we'll see. But that's going to wrap up the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's kind of well, not a quick video, it's 28 minutes, almost 30 minutes long. Kind of just talking to you guys, getting this EZA done, showing you guys that it's not that bad if you have the right units. Hopefully you guys get it done. Get those juicy 30 stones. I am up to 1952 stones as a result of this EZA. Very, very good. So make sure to get it done, guys. Alright, that is it for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Grubs SQ here, signing out, and I will see you later. Peace.